Good evening, teachers. It is currently 6:51 p.m. March 31st, 2020. Welcome to another PD for your sanity. Notice I didn't post anything on the weekend because teachers don't work on weekends. We lesson plan on weekends. So I was busy lesson planning all of my PDs for your sanity. And Monday, I decided to give myself a little paid teacher holiday. I took a personal day for Monday. So today, I'd like to introduce you to just some basic Kraft Deluxe mac and cheese, not the powdered stuff. It's kind of like the Velveeta sauce packets. With Arizona green tea in a can. So, well, most of you, just like me, got paid today. That's why I get to enjoy this gourmet meal. Didn't even take me 1 hour. Got all my bills paid. House note paid. Phone paid. Doctor's bill paid. Let's see. I had a list. They tell me that the teachers got to write things down sometimes. So, phone bill, utilities, internet. Without that, I couldn't do this. Oh, trash and water. House note. Put a payment on the credit card. Car note. And like I said, a couple doctor bills. But hey, paid up. And man, I'm going to save some money because I can't go anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that money. I mean, I'm going to be living the high life. Mainly because I can't go out. I can't order some of my extracurricular beverages. Can't do that. A couple of the local places kind of shut down over here food-wise. Not grocery stores and stuff, but I mean some of the normal local places that we usually go and just grab something to eat. Some of them decided to do takeout only. Some of them decided to pack it in. So, I mean, on one bad note, it's kind of knocking all that out. On the good note, I'm saving tons of money. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with like 2 or 3 months of quarantine and all those bills saved up. I might chunk it down in the car note, stick it in the savings, pay down my credit card. Who knows? But so, what did some of y'all go ahead and drop in the comments? How did you handle your teacher payday? I'll chew while you answer that. If you don't eat mac and cheese from the pot, you're not alive. This is how you live. Do it one good time. We're in quarantine. It doesn't matter. Ain't nobody gonna fuss you for it. It's one less dish I have to clean. I already dirtied up the pot by making it in here. Why dirty up another bowl? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? So, what I want to talk about, funnily enough, is money. Think about how much money there is to be made off of education. Not teaching education. Now, think about how much money there is to be made off of education. Look at all these people who devised all these systems and all these plans, and they were teachers at one point. Some of them still are, but some of them have moved on in order to create these academic programs. And they sell books, and they go and they get paid to speak for like an hour or 2 hours. I mean, like ridiculous costs that state education pays for teachers to go to. You have the books, you have the programs. They make 2, 3, 4 times a year what they would make teaching. But why still teach? But what's always been a curiosity to me is that if the programs are so good, I'm not saying that some of them aren't, there are plenty that you can take. One thing I did learn about teaching, and funnily enough, this also applies to people who buy books on playing poker. And I thought that with teaching works the same way. No one book or no one plan works 100% of the time, or a lot of them had sort of the same things over and over again. The difference is in that in each little plan or each little book, you'll find this one nugget of information that is unique, that is easily distillable, that you can then use and utilize. And that's the stuff you look for when you buy these programs, when you buy these books, when you look at these seminars. You're actually looking for it. It's almost like being a prospector. You're trying to find the nuggets. Okay. And a poker player actually wrote in his poker book. He said, most of the poker books you buy, 70% of every poker book is the same thing because that strategy doesn't change. It's math. What is different are the little nuggets of information, the different perspectives. And that's what you look for. And that's why poker players read all of these poker books. And I kind of figure it's the same way with education and all these different education programs. You're looking at all these different programs and you're just getting nuggets. But you, the teacher, have to study 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different programs. The person creating the program just has to do one and then sell it over and over and over and over again. Wow. What? Why aren't they in the classroom? If their programs work that good, why aren't they in the classroom? Again, some of them are. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to throw anybody out there. But everybody here knows, can think of one program that they look at that and they said, this doesn't work, or at least it doesn't work as well as they think it does. But they've made it. They made their money. They made their payday. They can pay their bills. And the rest of us teachers are like, man, how much money is there to be made off of education? Why can't I do that? All I would have to do is come up with a system. How many of you have thought about that? Why couldn't I be that guy that gets paid by the state and gets the nice little hotel room? And all the people come and get my guaranteed payday. And in 2 hours of speaking, I make a month's worth of pay. And how often do I speak? Oh, especially during the summer. Ooh, they got it the other way around. Teachers who teach, we get in like our 10 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever, anything in between. And then we work the rest of the year. Some of these people with the successful programs, the summer is when they work and work and work, because the teachers go to all their PDs and take their classes in order to keep their certificates up to date. They work for the summer. They work for 3 months. And if they wanted to, they could take the rest of the year off. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? How many of them? Okay, I said I wasn't going to name drop. And again, I'm not calling him out at all. The stuff that he's done this is one of those, it's kind of like the Amway or the Mary Kay's, is Dr. Harry Wong. Okay. Wow. I mean, that man never has to work a day in his life if he doesn't want to at this point. But the difference is that Harry Wong, you can see it in his writing, you can see it in his speaking. And it's just the way that he is. He is dedicated to teaching. And everything that he has, every literal teacher can use, because he's not about selling a program. He's about selling a schedule. I mean, the book, The First Days of School, it's about a schedule. It's about this is how you plan it. This is how you do it. This is how you organize it. He's not selling a program. He's selling, I guess, if you want to call it a lifestyle, or if you want to call it a schedule, or if you want to call it whatever it is. Boom. You know, but what makes him so authentic is the fact that he loves teaching, or at the very least, he's got us all fooled. But no, seriously, I truly do believe that I've I had the pleasure of speaking to the man once, very briefly, and I've had the pleasure of listening to him speak live as well as recorded. The first education book I ever read, which was given to me by an administrator at my first teaching job, was The First Days of School. But there are other programs that work for certain cases, have worked for certain students. They get little nuggets, works for some teachers based on their styles, works for other teachers based on their styles, or doesn't work for other teachers. But if there's one thing that I've noticed, is that none of the programs, very little of the programs that I've seen, are willing to address what a lot of teachers consider to be the core issue. And I'm not saying that they have to believe that this is the case. And I'm not saying that they have to go all in with this. I'm not saying I may not necessarily be correct. I mean, I've only been doing this for this is going to be the end of my 9th year. Uh, what a cap to a 9th year, huh? This is going to be the end of my 9th year of teaching. Okay, but again, at least address it or talk about it. And it's almost like everybody's afraid to, or at least that's how it seems to me. I haven't witnessed too many that have done so. Is student effort. What role does student effort play in these programs working? Not about the circumstances, not saying that the circumstances don't exist, but about these things being defined. How well do you let your circumstances define you? But here's the point. Regardless of circumstances, and I'm not saying that students or parents should brush them off. Bad things seriously happen, and I don't blame a kid who's maybe homeless, for example, not thinking so much about, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't necessarily get him to solve a differential equation with the help of a TI-89 calculator. If the kid had to choose between doing his algebra homework versus I'm here because I get to eat today, I get it. They sleep in class because they didn't have a place to sleep. The car was cold. The heater didn't work. They couldn't find a shelter. They couldn't find a place to stay. And the inside of the classroom is nice and comfortable and temperature controlled, and they can sleep. Cool, I get it. I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't exist. But of all the teachers that I've seen that either have the programs or the ones that talk about how they were the troubled kids, there's one story that remains consistent, is the fact that maybe not every day, but consistently, those people gave effort. They put in something into their education. No schedule, no program. It doesn't work with teachers. It doesn't. I mean, teachers don't become effective unless they put in effort. They don't. Okay. Students don't benefit from programs unless they put in effort. Let's use this time to think about that. Let's use this time as we go to the virtual lessons. Let's pay attention to the students who have the means. But listen, I'm talking about the students that have the means. Not everybody has access to internet. I know we'd like to think that in this day and age, but the reality is not everybody has access to it. And the places they did have access to it, like public libraries, for example, they're now closed. So, but let's start looking into effort. Let's start seeing where that goes in, because the ones selling the programs, they put in tons of effort into selling the programs. Their programs sell. Kids who put in effort get better grades. Teachers who put in effort get more enjoyment out of their job. They get those Teacher of the Year plaques. It's amazing how much effort links to success. All right, I had to put in some effort to making a pot of mac and cheese if I wanted to. I had to put an effort into opening the can and buying the green tea if I wanted it. If I wanted to give up this beautiful, luxurious life of teaching and go sell a program, I'd have to put some effort into it. We're now seeing a lot of effort going into what somebody quoted as guerrilla teaching. And so I guess maybe this is my guerrilla teaching moment for the teachers. Again, this isn't I'm not the first person to think about this. I'm not. Some of you don't agree, and that's fine. If you don't, just keep it civil. I already know that I'm fat and bald and I stutter and I've got the little gray hairs and all that. So don't name call me. That's bullying. But this is for y'all. This is for teachers. Here's me giving you your guerrilla teaching. This is where this is going, then maybe that's the start of it. Yeah. I love you guys. Teachers, I love you. Check up on your teacher friends. Non-teachers, check up on your teacher friends. Make sure they're doing okay, especially in this trying time. Y'all go make yourselves a pot of mac and cheese. Get you some Arizona green tea in a can. Enjoy your evening. But think about while we've got this time, because the next school year, my 10th year, is going to be the most difficult year I've ever taught. It's going to be any teacher's most difficult year they've ever taught because they have to deal with this. So this is that time. Oh man, those of you that are retiring this year, you hit it on the nose. Good. Wow. You lucked out on that one. Put in all your time. This is the time to retire. Woo! Gonna miss you guys. Those of you, the teachers, the ones who have put in your time and your effort in this year one, and you said, okay, I'm done. You're now leaving this to us. And here's hoping we do what we do, hopefully for good, hopefully the most for good, because that's the thought, that's the plan, the idea that we want to do the most good we possibly can. If it benefits one student, I'm willing to take that shotgun on. If this benefits one teacher, I'm gonna take that shotgun on. I don't have to get famous. I don't have to be a crazy YouTuber. To do that. I don't have to. I want at least one person to see it. I want that one person to see it. So this is for that one or that two or that 20 or 50 or 100, whatever. You guys take care. I will keep in touch a little more. You guys will probably see me again probably tomorrow. I'm going to go play some more Animal Crossing. That's kind of where I've been for the past week. Woohoo. But you guys take care.